Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. I'm sure you can see what's behind me, and this is what we're going to talk about in this video. So right here are 3 emerald green Arborvitaes. I'll go into further detail on what specific variety this is. You can see that they're not planted yet, but they're pretty much in the place that they're going to be planted, and they're going to be solving one major issue. I've talked about this before, but you see this light right there? So we don't have any control of that light because obviously that's not our property. But that light goes through our yard over here and it goes right through that door. Again, I know that the house isn't finished. It's just work in progress. We're focusing more on the plants than we are on the house. But anyways, there's the kitchen window right there, and then sliding glass door that's like our dining room kitchen. But even then, all the houses in the back, the light goes right into all of these windows at night. And this is like a bright LED light. It doesn't go off at all, like it's on the entire night. I think it's probably just on a timer or whatever. And it's something that we just have to deal with. Everybody has their own things that they have to deal with, but it's something that we can have a solution to, and that's what these Arborvitaes are for. So the solution is we were going to obviously have all these plants on our back bed just to give us more privacy for everything. But we wanted something that was going to be like more of an immediate type of solution specifically for that light, and something that was going to be evergreen, so that way it does last through the winter as well. And that's where these Arborvitaes come in hand. So I got these at Hat Toys where I work, and you can see the tag right here. It says Emerald Green Arborvitae. It says right here, Smaragd is the variety. So I looked up this variety of Arborvitae, and this specific variety gets 14 to 16 feet tall and then 4 to 5 feet wide, and is hardy in zones 3 through 7. So it works great for our zone. But with green giant Arborvitaes, the biggest thing just to note, because I've seen this time and time again with people that put these in their landscape, you just have to plant them close together. So even though they're spaced out like this, I think we're actually going to have them so that way they're touching to begin with, and then they'll only just fill in from that point on. Just because they're already a little bit of a larger size anyways, but we just want to make sure that they really grow into one kind of hedge, like one short, smaller hedge. Like it's not like a super long row of them that goes all the way across, but just a nice complete hedge. And then it'll prevent any of that light from coming through. So, and we're also going to prune up these branches so that way they can get more light, because they're technically supposed to have full sun. Right now it's probably more like part sun that they're getting, so they are going to grow a little bit slower, but we're going to try to get them as much sun as we can possibly give them. I just wanted to point out too, before we plant them, I know that you can see that one of those plants is in a plastic pot. The rest of them are B&B, which is balled and burlapped. They're all the same. There's really no difference. It's just how they come in at the garden center. So they probably got that in a different order from the rest of them. But they're all pretty much the same. They're in the 5 to 6 foot range. So, and I will say, if you're looking to get any Arborvitaes for your own yard, now's a good time of year to do it, because these were on sale, and a lot of garden centers are putting stuff like this on sale. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a job for us to do. I think my sister actually wants to help us plant these too. So we'll see. I think it'll be helpful having 3 people to plant everything, but let's get these in the ground, and then I will show you what they look like when they are all done. Okay, so you can see all the Arborvitaes that are right behind me. We got all 5 of them in. There's just a couple things that I wanted to talk about, just that I think are important notes to add to this, and then that'll be it. So kind of a head-on view of what these Arborvitaes look like. I think they look pretty good so far. The Arborvitaes weren't in the absolute best condition, but they're pretty good for the most part. I do want to show you though, this Arborvitae, you can see it's a little dead on the inside. They were balled and burlapped, and it was really hard to get those off, to be honest. And a lot of these also were rooted into the ground at the garden center. So it put these plants under a lot of stress, and I think that's why some of them started to do something like that. Or if I kind of walk around to the back side of this, you might be able to see some of the back sides. It's kind of hard to tell from here. Some of the back sides don't look the absolute best, so we put the worser looking side towards there. Like you can see over here how there's that little dead branch right there, and we can pull that out. That's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so we got them all on the ground. It wasn't too big of a deal besides that. So I'm happy that they're finally in the ground. However, I will mention that my dad actually is interested in getting probably like 2 or 3 more Arborvitaes to finish off this row. We might end up going with smaller ones just so they're a little bit cheaper, because these were $110 a piece. And then the garden center that we got them from, they had them on sale because they typically do sales at the end of the season. So they were 30% off. So they were, I think we ended up getting them for like $77 a piece, which is not cheap. Oh, I got water on my lens. Let me fix that. We're getting the remnants of Hurricane Ian right now. So it's a lot of wind and rain, as you can probably hear. But I also want to just make a quick note, like, I'm really with all the Floridians right now that are dealing with everything that happened. I really hope that things are going to continue to improve there, but I know that was very hard on them. So I just wanted to say, I hope you guys are doing okay. With that being said, I think we're going to have probably 2 more or 3 more there, and the main reason is as you walk closer to this part of the yard, you see that light? Oops, it's still visible. So that's kind of the biggest thing that we're trying to fix. That helps the main portion of the door that we have back there, so you don't see it, at least from the door, but you can still see it from like the kitchen window and some other parts of the yard, especially in the summertime. And then I just wanted to mention, you can see how close together we planted these Arborvitaes. This variety of Arborvitae gets about 3 to 4 feet wide, which means from the center of one plant from another plant is only 1.5 to 2 feet wide. So I wanted to make sure that these were for sure going to grow into each other and there weren't going to be any spaces in between them, because I've seen that a lot with the emerald green Arborvitaes. They're already starting to form a small hedge right here, but then they're just going to be pretty much one continuous wall of Arborvitae. All right, I'm starting to get soaking wet out here because it's raining so much now. I wasn't really expecting this. So I'm gonna head inside. If you guys have any questions about this Arborvitae, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. If I hadn't mentioned the specific variety that we got, I am going to put that in the comment section down below, or in the description, I should say. If you wanna see the specific variety for the heights and everything. But that's pretty much it. I mean, we put biotone and compost in the holes. And besides that, we're just going to make sure they stay watered when it's obviously not raining. And they should hopefully grow pretty well for us next year. Okay, my camera's getting really wet, so I need to go inside. But I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in the next one.